Hi guys, the Yorkshire Biker here. Now today we're answering the questions to the Q&A. I was originally supposed to post this on Sunday, but I've just been a bit busy and to be honest I've not had time to do it. So yes, basically all we're going to do is go through the questions in the comments and we'll answer them. So the first one that pops up, luckily for us, is from the infamous biker. Now he's asked 20 questions, some of them a little bit more serious than the others. I will answer some of the less serious ones. So yeah, we'll just flick through them, pick out the more interesting ones that you might want to know, and we'll go from there. So the first one we'll pick out is, it's actually number 4, spit or swallow. Now to be honest with you, Kev, it probably depends on what it is in your mouth. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Oh, that could open a can of worms. Do I like motorbikes? I think it's safe to say that I do like motorbikes. There's a few people in my personal life that wish I didn't talk about bikes as much as I do. I do kind of talk about motorbikes a lot. More than it's probably healthy to be fair. Why did you buy the bike you have? Now basically there's a couple of reasons for buying the bike that I bought. The first one is the scooter I had was dying. The poor old Honda Dillon, as good as it was about 15 years old and it was on its last legs. It got to the point where it was costing an absolute fortune just to keep it half running. So I just thought it's time to get rid, invest in a brand new one, and to be honest it's the best thing I've done. Yes, it's a 125 and it's probably one of the more expensive 125s you can buy, but you can tell the quality is there. Apart from the odd electrical problem like a bulb blowing and stuff like that, there's not been any real issues. So yeah, I bought the bike I have because I wanted a bike with gears. I can't buy a big bike yet because of, well, I can technically, but I'm on a CBT, so I can't. And I'm not old enough to get insured on an R6 on a provisional license as well. So yeah, I bought the R125 because I haven't got a full license already, and I don't want to do it until next year when I can do my direct access. And that leads on to the next question. Do you have plans to do your full license? I do. Basically, I've got to do my CBT again this year, and then next year I can do my direct access. I do have the ability to do my A2 test now, but I mean they're not the most expensive thing to do, but I can't see the point in paying to do a test to ride a bike now and have it restricted, and then pay to do another test next year. I may as well just wait. If you could meet any person, living or dead, who would it be and why? Now that's a tough one. I'd like to say Jeremy Clarkson, because I've watched pretty much every single episode of Top Gear. As sad as that sounds, I really enjoy it, so I'd like to say Jeremy Clarkson, but being a part of the bike world, I'm gonna say I would like to meet Guy Martin. I have been pretty close to Guy Martin myself at Oliver's Mount in Scarborough, but I've not actually met him yet, and it would be nice to do that. So hopefully he watches this and we can arrange to do a meet up. How's that? Getting to Yorkshire Biker meet up in June. Oh yeah, some really interesting questions there, Kev. Thanks for that. Obviously some of them I haven't answered, but there's quite a few, so I've had to skip a few out. On to Revved Up Biker's question. What's your favourite biker food? Would it be pie, chips, and question mark? I'd probably say pie because chips are a little bit boring. Steak and ale pie. As long as it's not got mushrooms in it, I'm happy. So yeah, thanks for that, Revved Up Biker. Sestrian Vlogger asks, when do you plan on doing your lessons? Whether it be A or A2? And what would be your ideal first bike if money wasn't a problem? If money wasn't a problem, I'd probably say, if I was stupid, I'd go for the Kawasaki H2R. But I'm not that stupid, so I'd probably say the new, the 2016 SV650, because that is some serious kit. And on to Mike on a Bike, 1971. His question is, would you consider a 125 capable for a long distance adventure over several days riding? Let's say 500 miles in 5 days for a start off. Hands down, I would recommend a 125, yes. Especially the one that I've got. You can buy it if you want. Give me 2.5, 3 grand, you can have it. Yeah, because last year I went away for the weekend with my dad and my uncle to the Lake District. I think we did around 350 mile in total over 3 days. And earlier on this year in January, I took a trip down to the Frosty Small Sausage Fest that was hosted by Spicy 110, Red Renner and Phil Tonic. Now, from the point of leaving my house to the point of pulling up at my house again, it was 444 miles. I did do that in one day. It took, I believe there was around 11 hours riding in total. Obviously we're stopping off down there as well, and fuel stops, stuff like that. So yeah, I'd recommend a 125. What I would say though is just probably look at maintaining it a little bit more than you would a bigger bike, because basically you're putting more stress on a smaller engine than you are a bigger one. So yes, I'd recommend one, just maintain it a bit more than you would a bigger one. So yeah, thanks for that one. Thanks to Sestrian as well. Now on to Wyvern Biker. What's your preference? A good-looking girlfriend with no brains, or an ugly one who is intelligent? Now, as shallow as it sounds, I'd probably say a good-looking girlfriend with no brains, because if she starts talking crap, you can tell her to shut up. If she's ugly, you can't tell her to get better looking, can you? Because that's just a little bit harsh. Are you left or right-handed? I am left-handed. What job did you want to do when you were growing up? Now, I've wanted to do it for quite a few years, probably not when I was really little, but I'd say from the age of about 14, 15, I have wanted to try and get into racing motorbikes, whether it would be short circuit or road racing. I've not been into road racing as long as circuit racing. Only since I've been starting to get around it that I now prefer road racing. But yeah, but just because of how expensive it is, I simply can't afford to race at the minute. If my circumstances change, then yes, I'll buy a bike and I'll take it on the track, not a problem. Dog's bollocks or cat's arse? It depends. I don't know. A cat's arse. What am I going to be doing with it? So yeah. Thanks for those, Keith. The Lone Wolf Rider. She asks, would you rather have hands for hair or hair for hands? Now I'd probably say hair for hands, because you can still get your lid on, and you could tie the hair around your grips, tie knots, so you can still ride. And you've got a back brake. Yes, your back brakes are shit, but you can work around it. So yeah, I'm saying hair for hands on that one. Thanks for that one, that Lone Wolf Rider. Revved Up Biker comments, congrats on the 600 subs. BG5067. If you had to choose, which Disney princess would you be? I don't know. I don't know any Disney princesses. Shall we Google it? I ain't got a clue, to be honest with you, mate. It don't bring any names up, so I don't know. I'll just say a good-looking one. Yeah, thanks for that anyway. MTP DeSantos 123. A question so presumably popular that no one bothers asking. What's your dream bike? Now I did answer this in a video a few back. A dream bike at the minute, I would say a Kawasaki H2R. Originally I did think it was quite an ugly bike, but as time's gone on it has grown on me, so yeah, I'm going to say a H2R. So yeah, thanks for that question. Clutch First Vlogs. He asks, have you ever been told that you sound like Sean Connery? LOL 007. No, I haven't, to be honest. I don't think I do, to be fair. If I do, is it a good thing or a bad thing? On to Stubbs. I know there's not much of a difference, but do you prefer the older R125 from 08 to 13 or the newer one? And what was your thought process on getting the newer one? My thought process on getting the newer one was I wanted a brand new bike, not a second-hand one. And obviously you can't pick up the older shape now, brand new. And as for which one I prefer, I can only say the newer one because I've not had an older one. On to Emma Shields. First question is, what made you pick the YZF over all the other 125s? Now, I basically picked that because out of all the ones that I looked at, the Aprilia, the KTM, the Yamaha seems to be the better quality one. The Aprilia just feels a little bit too cheap. The KTM just looks tacky, and the Yamaha, I feel, is the better quality one out of all three. Question 2, on a scale from 1 to 10, what is your favourite colour of the alphabet? Elephants? Don't know. What's yours? But yeah, thanks for them questions, Stubbs and Emma Shields. Woman Wolf Rider. If you did reenactment, what period would you choose? Tampax. I don't know, to be honest. I'd probably go back to somewhere like the 50s or 60s. No reason why, just I don't know. I've not put a lot of thought into this, to be honest. But yeah, thanks for that. Probably go back to the 50s or 60s maybe. See what it's all about. And on to Jonathan. Keep up the question. In your opinion, is it worth getting the upgraded 2014 YZF or an older version in terms of price to performance? Also, not sure if this is personal or not, but can I have your bank details? My opinion on getting the upgraded one, the upgraded YZF. Performance-wise, I don't believe there's too much of a difference, to be honest. I know they did change the fueling of the newer one. I believe you do get slightly better performance out of it, but nothing too noticeable. Because end of the day, it's a 125. You're not going to get too much out of it, to be fair. And the price you probably get an older one cheaper. So for the price wise, I'd say get the older one. But if you wanted a new one, obviously get the newer shape. So yeah, thanks for that, Jonathan. And we'll go on to Mark Pearman. He asks, what was your favourite ride out? As in a group ride out, I would say the Save Matlock ride earlier on this year. It is probably the largest ride I have ever been on. Upwards of 4,000 bikes easily. Yes, it was a slow ride, but it was still enjoyable. And as for like a solo ride out, or maybe 2 or 3 bikes, I'd say the weekend away I had with my dad up to the Lake District. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget, thumbs up, share this video, and until next time, peace.